Welcome to Court Explainer. Over the festivities, that is Christmas holiday and Happy New Year, from our desk, we wish you all the best as you enjoy that. This is a special edition, the third episode that brings you the Constitution of Kenya. Stop saying Omari has read for you, the way people said Baba and Kibaki has read for us. Listen, watch from Court Helicopter so that you know what your Constitution talks. Today we shall be looking at Chapter 3 of the Constitution of Kenya. What does Chapter 3 of the Constitution of Kenya do? It talks about the Republic. This Republic called Kenya. Do you know there is a difference between a country and the Republic? What does the Constitution talk about the Republic? 1A says Kenya is a sovereign republic. Mark it. Kenya is a sovereign republic. What does that mean? It is a country that will govern itself. We, at one time, we were a colony of UK. The British colonized us. Tanzania, the Germans colonized them. Today, Kenya is a sovereign country. We decide our own matters. We create our government, we run ourselves. That is what sovereignty means. It moves on to say in 4.2 that Kenya shall be a multi-party democracy state. It shall. In law, when we talk of shall, there is no question about can it, if, suppose, nothing like that. Kenya shall be a multi-party democracy state. What does that mean? We have plurality of parties. We have UDA, we have Jubilee, we have UPA, we have Wiper, we have DCP. That is why these parties are funded by you. Remember, it is the parties are national parties. So that is why in Chapter 4, in Article 4.2, we are talking about multi-party. What does Article 5 talk? Is the territory of Kenya. Do you know the territory of Kenya is in the Constitution? It involves the land and the territorial waters comprising Kenya on the effective date, and any additional territory and the territorial waters are as defined by Parliament. So when President Museveni talks about that the Indian Ocean is part of Uganda, when Museveni talks about that the boundaries of Uganda come to Nakuru, there's nothing like that. Under Article 5 of the Constitution, the territory of Kenya includes the waters. So Lake Victoria, Lake Nakuru, Lake Bogoria, Lake Naivasha, all those waters form the territory called Kenya. So Kenya is land and the waters in form of lakes, in form of rivers, in forms of that area. Article 6, we have been talking about devolution. What is really devolution? Article 6 talks about devolution and access to services. In devolution, Article 6.1 talks of Kenya is divided into a national government and devolved units. 47 counties are found in Article 6. So you cannot change devolution. It is in Article 6 of the Kenyan Constitution. Devolution is not a gift. Mwai Kibaki never gifted us. William Ruto does not gift us. Neither Baba did not gift us. It is Kenyans who said we are creating counties and we are creating the national government. That is under Article 6 of the Constitution. What does Article 7 says? The national, official, and other languages. Are you Meru? Are you Kamba? Are you Mijikenda? Are you Kikuyu? But what is the Constitution talking about the language? Do you know it is a national, it is a constitutional issue, the language you use? In Article 7, it says, the national language of the Republic is Kiswahili. That now you know. The national language of this country is Kiswahili. Article 7, 1A. 2. The official languages of the Republic are Kiswahili and English. Official language is English and Kiswahili. The national language is Kiswahili. And the state is mandated to enhance the language. Then the question is, do you have a child who is blind? What about the blind people? Do they read? Do they see? What about those, our colleagues who are disabled? In Article 7B, the government must promote the language and use of indigenous languages, Kenyan Sign Language, Braille, and other communication formats and technologies. So do you know your Kameme, your Egesa, your Zulu radio, your vernacular radio stations are protected under Article 7 of the Constitution? Do you know your language? Nobody can penalize you for speaking your mother tongue. The country, the government is mandated to protect indigenous languages. And that is why in primary school, the lower classes, children must be taught in their mother tongue. Leave the Nairobi Gen Zs whose mother tongue is in Kiswahili and in English or Sheng. So Sheng is also protected under Article 7 of the Constitution. So the ghetto guys, develop your language. Nobody's going to stop you because the Article 7 commands the government to protect the language and that. Then the question that comes, what is the state religion? President Ruto wanted to build a church at State House. The court stopped him. Why did the court stop him? Do we say these judges are confused sometimes? No. Article 8 is very clear. It says state and religion. And it says there shall be no state religion. So State House is a state office of the Republic of Kenya. You cannot build a building of one church there. Kenya has a multiplicity of religion. In Iraq, in Iran, the religion, the country is Muslim. In Somalia, it is Muslim. In Egypt, it is Muslim. In India, it is Hindu. The official religion of the state. Kenya, there is no official religion of the state. Any religion is allowed in this country. And that is why when you see for national celebrations, not only one sect of the religion will pray. You'll see a Catholic pray, you'll see an Anglican pray, you'll see an SDA pray, you'll see a PCA person pray. All those is because of the provision of Article 8. Then we have in Article 9, what are the national symbols and national days? Do you know? Nobody can just wake up and say, this is a national holiday. Forget about it. What does it say? The national symbols and national days are 1, the national flag. You know it the way it is. 2, the national anthem. It is a national anthem. 3, the coat of arms. If you look behind here, you'll see the coat of arms, where the president is, where the judges sit, where the police are wearing. That is the coat of arms. it represents the power of the government. D, the public seal. The public seal is the seal kept by the Attorney General. Any document Kenya signs, there is a public seal that is kept by the Attorney General. And you remember there was conflict when the war was. Is the seal supposed to be kept by State House or by the Attorney General? It moves on to say the national symbols are set out. Then the national holidays. Listen, Madaraka Day is the first one to be observed on 1st June. I've had people say, now we can reschedule Madaraka Day from 1st June to a day of our convenience. You cannot change the first day of June being a Madaraka Day, but you can change where you can host it. You can host it in Kisumu, Mombasa, but the day is a constitutional issue. 2, Mashujaa Day, to be observed on 20th October, and Jamhuri Day, to be observed on 12th December. There are only 3 national holidays. 4, a national day shall be a public holiday. A national day shall be a public holiday. So those 3 days, Madaraka Day, Mashujaa Day, and Jamhuri Day, must be a national holiday. Then it moves on to say, number 5, Parliament might enact legislation prescribing other public holidays and providing for observance of public holidays. Paragraph 5 now comes in. When Baba died, it became a national holiday. How did that come? Because Parliament has given the Minister for Interior the power to declare a day a national holiday. When the President of the Republic of Kenya is being sworn in and the deputy, it is a national holiday. Under that act, the assumption of the President's to Power Act. Whenever we have an issue, the minister can declare a day a national holiday. So stop being mad that Matiang'i was declaring some days public holidays. Nowadays, we have Murkomen declaring the days a national holiday. That is provided for under your constitution. That marks the end of part 3 of our episode, where we have looked at chapter 3 of the Constitution. We shall give another episode of chapter 10, because this is so fundamental. When you talk of Article 10, it is so fundamental, we'll give it its own space. Wakili Danstan Omari from Court Helicopter Explainer, still wishing you a happy and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I don't know why they call it Merry Christmas. They don't call it John Christmas. But that is not part of the constitutional challenge. We found it like that. We appreciate it. It is Merry. Those ladies call Mary. It is your day. Wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Court Helicopter Explainer.